everybody. Thanks for joining us for Painting Happy Little Minis. Today we are painting up some aliens.
We are. And I'm Dave and she's Gretchen.
That is true. Those are the fun facts.
We need to stop messing around just before.
We do, but it's so... Dave was given a little, like...
I was doing the big air guitar.
Yeah, it was a show.
Yeah.
It was a show that you didn't get to see.
It was the pre-show.
The pre-show.
The pre-show.
One
day we'll record it.
One day we will. It'll be great. Leona will just be there.
Be there.
Yeah,
Sure.
be ready.
Be awesome.
Hello,
Anyway, sorry.
Facebook user. Leona, I think there is right above it says there's a link that you can click and it will show you how to put up your name if you want your name.
Excellent.
Now, if you want to remain mysterious, that's your prerogative.
You can do that too.
Yeah.
Hey Jason, how you doing? Excellent. But as you were saying before, I was so rudely interrupted with my follow-up air guitar.
It was a good time.
Yep.
It was. But yeah, we are painting aliens from Gale Force 9.
Yep.
And you are painting all
the powerloader.
You almost had your finger perfectly on that.
Almost.
Yeah.
I was working at it. So yeah, I'll be painting the powerloader. Which should be a lot of fun. And of course, I'm going to mess around with some of the other models in between while I'm waiting for things to dry. Because that's what I do.
But you do that so well.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And what are you going to be painting?
I'm going to be painting some I don't know what just fell from the ceiling. But that sure was something.
Something not in the plans. Something we missed. All tonight is just going to be all quotes from the film.
Yeah.
I watched it today to get ready. I'm in uniform.
You're prepared.
I am.
But yeah, so I'm going to be painting the actual, aliens. And I'm going to try to mix up some purple as, kind of a way to shade the black in a bit more dynamic of a way. And then also maybe play around with some shifters because for once I have, a legitimate excuse for using them.
I think the shifters could look really good.
Yeah. Instead of just glitter.
Because sometimes they look just black, sometimes they look purple, sometimes they look blue,
true.
Sometimes they look greenish.
Well, they kind of have that, not bug vibe, but they're
They have a
shiny.
they're...
The carapace. Yeah, like a carapace kind of look to them, and
they're always secreting resin, so...
definitely. They're weird. Yeah.
Secreted from them.
Have you seen the pictures of what they were originally going to use for, tiny ones, where it's the little Italian greyhound in
No.
You didn't... Oh.
I have not seen
There's
those.
behind-the-scenes pictures of an Italian greyhound in a alien's costume from the special effects and props department. But it still very much looks like an Italian greyhound, so they did not use it.
Okay, That's
but
good.
it's fantastic.
Yeah, I will have to go looking for that.
Oh, now we have people in the chat.
Yes. Of course, we have Lava Painter here for painting fun. Fantastic. Cat Swift. Woohoo! Cat's here. Hooray. We have Sumkey. Woohoo! We have James. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Excellent. So, yes, we're looking forward to painting up.
Welcome back, Kat. Thanks for joining.
Excellent.
Maybe Kat has a day off.
Yeah, is that what it is? Oh. We have
Itomar Hernandez. Hello.
I was going to say IT Omar.
IT Omar. That works too. Ito.
Ito. I'm sure, it could be.
No, I think you're right.
But excellent. Welcome, everybody.
I'm off work today. Very nice.
Oh, cool.
Oh, no.
Excellent. Hey, James.
James.
Excellent. James has been painting up some alien stuff as well.
Yes.
James put some photos in the group earlier today of the folks from this box.
I have
so
them
too shiny.
slated for as the first pictures that we will look at.
Very cool.
So
But yeah, this box is the Heroes of Hadley's Hope box, which has Ripley, Gorman, Apone, Hicks, Hudson, Vasquez, Drake, Frost, Dietrich, Crow, Wisbowski, Burke, and Jordan. Haha, who is Jordan? That's right, Newt. Newt's last name is Jordan.
Hi, Chris. Thanks for joining. Hello, Seth.
Excellent. Hey, Seth.
Everyone needs to rewatch the Aliens
Hey,
series
Chris.
at all times.
Definitely.
I think Aliens was the first like scary movie that I was allowed to watch.
Okay.
Cause like I grew up, my dad would like let me watch Jurassic Park, right? My mom, I don't think was like privy to that.
All right.
I just remember watching it like with my dad. But I specifically remember my dad being like, she likes Jurassic Park, she'll probably like Aliens, when I was like 5.
I kind of like dinosaurs.
That didn't give her nightmares, maybe this will. I don't...
Nice.
Yeah, the typical dad way.
Sure. Yep, I can picture that. Awesome.
I think all my reds are much too orangey to get the right color.
Okay. Hang on a sec. I'll see if I got something in there. Well, actually, are you ready?
Hold on.
Oh.
I just get the blue off.
Nice. We'll try that.
Actual purple, so I don't have to mix it. I hate mixing purple.
I think, for me, purple is one of the toughest colors to work with, particularly across an army, a whole army of models, because I think purple can go different directions really quickly. Yeah. So it can go from very red to quite blue, or...
Yeah, I think with this particular one, like mixing wise, because I tried it with the 2 different reds I have. I have the flat red and the scarlet, and I even tried a little bit with the black red.
Yep.
Is when I mix the scarlet red, is this one right here, with the blue, I end up getting almost a brown color.
Can you move
and that's
that
with the
a little
Prussian
closer
blue.
to yourself?
I can actually
There you
move
go.
it, yeah.
Cool.
So Prussian blue is similar to like the blue where in like fine arts school or whatever, they would have you mix that with a red to get a purple.
Right.
But with the scarlet red, I think the base is just so orangey that it's immediately pulling those secondary colors, and you're getting brown.
Yeah. I think that's
And
exactly right.
that happens with mixing, though. Even if you mix, if you're like, oh, this is a red and this is a blue, and you get it, if those secondary colors aren't matched up right, then it becomes just a playing game of, okay, well, this color, green neutralizes red, and and yellow goes with this, and you're just playing mixing games as if you were a worker in Home Depot. So, yeah.
Real quick, I just wanted to say hello to Gary and James. And also, hello, Josh Potter. Thanks for joining for a second before you go into work.
Before you go into work.
Hi, Roger
Excellent.
Moore. Thanks for joining.
Excellent.
Sumkey says, I always love learning Newt information. You learn
Newt
something
info.
Newt every day. Yes, and Omar won this giveaway. So congratulations to Omar,
Oh.
because I picked the
Oh, wow.
winner earlier today.
Oh, awesome. Very
And
cool.
Omar will be getting this very soon.
That's excellent. Congratulations.
And Jason had a question. Did the
Okay.
power loader need assembly?
Yes, it did. The power loader itself was probably, let me see, so 2 separate feet. The legs were 2 parts each, so it's 6 parts. The body, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So probably about 14 or 15 parts for it to get it there. It basically is kind of fixed in that pose. There's also the roll cage at the front. I've put these on separate bases so that I can paint them separately, so I can go through and quickly slather on the yellow for the power loader, as I'm doing now. But it does lead to some amusing kind of situations. So I stuck the power loader Ripley onto a base, and she looks like that. She's either drunk or dancing. Dancing, exactly. But she'll fit into the front of the power loader there.
A dancing queen.
Yep. So that little tab on her back will slot into the power loader there. But this is a much better way to go than assembling the whole thing. Assembling absolutely everything. I'm trying to get that to work. So, funny thing, when I watched the movie today, as I mentioned earlier, and the first time that Ripley's in the power loader, when she's sort of helping to load the dropship, I was looking at it and was like, oh yeah, I've got to pay attention to this, checking all out, what do I need to know? And then part of me was like, well, I don't actually need to know, because this, when she's in this, like in this pose, that's the scene from later on, like towards the end of the film. And then I was like, oh, silly Dave, it's the same power loader, because she's back on the same ship. So there we go. So it was okay that I was checking it out.
Silly Dave.
Yeah, silly me. But it was definitely cool to watch it all again.
And yes, she can jive. A 5, 6, 7, 8. We are doing dance routines now. It's true.
Right.
James said, I used a heavy dry brush of the Fang and lighter dry brush of the Rust Gray.
Okay. For...
I think he's talking about for the aliens themselves.
there we go. Yep.
For the
Xenomorphs.
Xenomorphs. Sorry.
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. No worries.
Yeah, I'm using a bit of purple with my black just to kind of make it a little bit more dynamic, and try to give it a little bit more dimension, naturalization. There's so few things in nature that are actually like pure black. So trying to kind of give it a little bit more depth.
Right.
And then I'll probably dry brush over it with my gray tealish concoction that I accidentally mixed. Just so I can use it. And this guy I'll probably use the, we have a green, gold, blue shifter. And I think that'll look nice. Very oil slick. But I want to save that for last because I kind of want to build up as much dimension as I can with the matte paints first.
Right. That's cool. I think that'll be the way to go. Okay. So there we go. I'll spin it around on camera and see if there are places where I've definitely missed. But oh, there's one. And there are some areas, of course, on the pistons where I'll end up.
James says, I did not like the Alien movies. Controversial opinion. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
But Alien is my favorite one of all of them.
Yeah, I'm often torn.
Aliens is good, but I love Alien.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's cool. I think it was very interesting that it was like such a departure from the first.
Oh yeah.
So in the first was very definitely a horror film. Yeah. And Aliens was very definitely an action sci-fi movie.
Action, like 80s movie.
It's James Cameron.
It's just like all 80s. It's great.
Yep, exactly. And it was watching it today, it was like just fantastic that, oh yeah, that's right, the green readouts on the screen. It's like, yeah, that hasn't been around since the 80s. So it's great that it makes a comeback in the future.
It will.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
like they still use a lot of old school technology mixed with the new technology because it's fixable.
This is true.
Like more people know how to fix it.
Yeah. But it's just funny. Absolutely glorious. But very cool.
So Dave, right now, are you just putting some contrast paint on?
Sorry, yes. Just putting on Iand in yellow. So Iand in yellow. There are 2 yellow contrast paints. One of them is Nasdrag yellow, and then Iand in yellow. Iand in yellow has like a the medium that it's in is orange, so it leaves the yellow pigment on the, or basically puts yellow pigment over the entire surface, and then as the orange medium sort of sinks into the recesses and crevices, it leaves an orange tint to that. So the Nasdrag yellow is brown. Thank you. Yes, the medium that the yellow pigment is carried in is brown. So you get a sort of a bit of a dirtier look. You could go either way with the power loader. I think you could go with that brown or the orange. But I think the paint job here, the studio paint job from Gale Force 9, has it as quite orange. So I thought I'd go with that. But yeah, now I need to give that a chance to dry, and I'll get started on the Ripley, which is cool. Initially, when I was looking at this model here, so Ripley holding Newt, so this is just after she rescues her from the alien queen, or as she's rescuing her, I guess. I saw the black strap here and this section under here, and I thought that it looked like sort of her black jacket. It was kind of reflective. So when I was watching it today, I was like, she's not wearing a jacket. But, of course, I wasn't looking closely enough at this picture on the box. That's the sort of harness of grenades that she's carrying. So absolutely fine.
So what we've learned is that you need to just pay attention more.
Yeah, pretty much. Don't just take like first glance kind of thing. But it just does mean that at the same time I can paint. So I can paint this one at the same time as this, because I'll have all the same colors. And I've decided for the pants that she's wearing, I'm going to be using French Mirage Blue. So it's very gray, but with just a tint of blue. And I probably should shake this because I haven't really used this one before.
Also, hello to Jez. Thanks for joining.
Hey, Jez.
James
Excellent.
agrees the Iandin looks the best color.
Best color for that.
Also,
Excellent.
hello to Brad.
Hey, Brad. Excellent.
And Kat says it's kind of late for Jez. That's okay.
It is. Jez is over in the UK. So it is just gone
Later than us.
Yes. Considerably later than us.
Jason said, only in Hollywood do you have the technology to clone people, but color computers are just too complex.
Pretty much.
It's fair.
Absolutely true.
I feel like there's a couple things like that in the Avengers movies.
Okay. Yeah.
Where they're like, we all have these superpowers, but we need to like take a train to like get to Russia or something. And
Oh,
Can
you're
you
just like,
imagine being the person on that train, though? Where you're just, like, sitting and, like, Thor just is sitting next to you.
I'm just going to move this way.
Bye, Josh. Thanks for joining.
Oh, bye, Josh. Have a good one. The gray, the Mirage Blue, was actually not quite blue enough. So I got out some of the dark Prussian blue and added that, mixed that in. So I can use that as the base. A little bit more like denim, I guess. But yeah, it is. It is fun. Different, the way different technologies and that sort of thing are incorporated.
You know what I might do?
What might you do?
Now that I might do one of them with the shifters, and then I just might do one of them with me painting as if it were shiny, but without using the shifters.
Okay. Yeah. That'll be.
Because that's what this one's currently making me think. With this purple,
You
is
wanna
I'm like,
take that a little
oh, with
further?
this and that blue, I could probably get the same effect, and I wonder what the difference would be.
All right. That's cool.
It up now so we can see the purple.
Yeah, you can see it in with eyeballs.
Excellent. Well, when I was watching it today, there were a couple of things that I spotted. One was one that I mentioned to Laguna and Gretchen earlier. The producer, or the person sort of in the front credits with the main producer title, is Gale Ann Hurd. So I'm not sure if anybody recognizes that name. When I saw that, I was like, I recognize that name. So immediately to the IMDb to check it out. And Gale M. Hurd is indeed she's one of the producers on The Walking Dead, which I watched a lot of. In fact, all the episodes. Several times. But yeah, so it was very cool to see that. And she was also the producer on Terminator 2 years earlier. So she would have been like, I think she was like 28, 29.
Wow.
When she was producing.
I'm behind the
Aliens.
curve. I gotta get on that.
It's like, that's absolutely fantastic that she was doing that at that time. I mean, I got to say that like, I've not been in a movie, let alone tried to produce a movie. You've at least been in movies, right?
Independent movies.
Independent movies.
Independent horror films.
They're still movies. They still fit the bill. Okay. There we go. I think when you have models sort of stuck on bases and they're dancing like that, you do need to check all of the angles to make sure you've got all the right paint in the right places. So we'll put that aside.
It just makes me think of that ABBA song.
Dancing
The
Queen.
Dancing Queen one. Yep. Oh, apparently Jez is still working.
Oh my goodness.
Is next week going to be Predator minis?
I feel like it kind of should.
That's a good question.
Possibly.
Some key.
Possibly. And the week after will be the crossover.
Yes. Aliens v
Yep.
Predator.
But one other thing I'm going to say
The
as well is
crossover
that-
we didn't know we needed. But we didn't mind. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
That's fine. Oh, good. No, I was going to say, one of the reasons I chose the power loader here, even though I have a box here full of the heroes of Hadley's Hope, is that they have loads and loads and loads of camo all over them. And it's like, I'm not sure that I want to paint all of that camouflage.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's kind of an odd one as well, because they've all got more sort of like a jungle camo. And then it's, well, maybe not jungle, but at least some sort of green-based camo.
Anyone an
Yeah.
expert on camos? Tell us
Yeah.
what the name is.
What the name of that is.
Jungle,
Oh.
excuse me.
I wonder if it was like surplus. But just the idea that these folks jump in a spaceship and hurtle across space to to do something, and they're all in like green jungle camo fatigues. It's like, really?
Well, you know, Space Force hasn't been decided yet what they're going to wear.
You're right. Oh, this is true. This is true. But some part of me thinks, makes me think that it's kind of like Star Trek, where we only go to Class M planets. Yeah. We ain't going to go to the ones where we can breathe. But yeah. But anyway, I thought that to paint those up, I'd probably want to take a little bit of time to get that camo right. Okay. Yes. And I think for the highlighting of these pants, I'm just going to mix a little bit of ivory in there. Just so that, because mixing sort of white in to make it lighter would, I think, change it up a little bit too quickly. But I can give her some nice creases down the front of these pants. So they've got that angle on them. So, you see that there?
That looks cool.
Looking pretty good. Looking pretty good.
So thank you to everyone who has been chatting in the chatty chat. Let us know what you guys are painting. I know James recently painted the
heroes
minis that we're painting.
Yep.
And mentioned the camo, that the camo was a chore indeed.
Yep.
But yeah, let us know what you all are painting. We would be interested to hear and find out.
Indeed.
Apparently, James worked on several indie movies. That's pretty cool. Tiger striped camo. That's
Tiger striped camo?
Yeah.
Ooh. Some cases, the only camos I know are one or two hump ones.
I'm dying.
My goodness. Fantastic.
The armor maker for Aliens, the awesome Terry English, also did the incredible armor on Excalibur.
Oh, really? I didn't. I've seen a documentary that had documentary or a series or something. I'm not sure, but it had. Oh no, that's one. It was what's his name? Adam Savage, actually, did a show. One of his shows was he did a series on making the Excalibur armor and Excalibur. So he went to New Zealand to Weta Workshop to work with the armorers there to make the sword, and then went and visited. I guess it was Terry English to talk about them.
That's really cool.
Yeah, which was very cool. But I didn't know that he made the armor for Aliens as well. That is super cool.
I saw one where he went to the Weta, but I think there must have been multiple.
Yeah.
I think he was just about the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. He's done like 2 or 3 trips at least. And one of them he spoke to. Oh, I can't remember his name.
I could watch those videos like all day. It's so cool.
Exactly. Definitely cool. But the armor in Excalibur was apparently all made out of aluminum.
That one,
or as the English would say, aluminium.
Because especially for like film and stuff, you don't want something
Nothing
that's going to
too
be bulky or difficult to repair or heavy.
But I think for that film, he had to make something like a ridiculous number of suits in like over the space of like 2 months. So it was like 50 or 60 suits of armor, maybe more. It was just like ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Yeah. He said he got paid pretty well for it.
Is that the one where they talk about chainmail?
Ooh.
Because there was one, I don't know if it was Weta, but he talked about chainmail and like making it for movies and how it's really different, obviously, than real.
I
Chainmail?
have worn chainmail.
That's probably... He probably did discuss that with them. I don't think I...
It was really interesting because the movie person was like, yeah, you have to make it look like it, but it obviously can't be it because that would be way heavy.
As someone who has worn actual chainmail for the sake of wearing it,
Yeah.
I wore it all day for a Ren Fair. And I can say with confidence that when you're wearing it all day to either, and I know people who fight in harness, so they wear it to like be historical and to fight in it. I was just wearing it with just the chainmail for Ren Fair, but I wore it all day and I stuck with it. I was like, if they can use it to fight, I can wear it, and I could, and it was comfortable and it was fine. And everyone all day kept telling me how, oh, it must be so hot, it must be so heavy, it's like 20 pounds of chainmail. And I was like, it's fine, it's good, it's distributed all over. No issues. Taking it off. At the end of the day, my shoulders were so sore.
Did they go like this immediately?
Oh my god, I couldn't. First of all, I had to have someone help me because like there is like a way to get chainmail off by yourself, but there is also a reason most nights had people help them.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, so like I totally understand the idea of not having real chainmail. Because it would not bother anyone. But at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you're done. You're done. I was so tired. I was not prepared for that. I was so cocky during the day. I did push-ups in it. I was like, oh, this is fine. I'm good.
Excellent.
Like, I have no idea what you're all complaining about. No, it's not the day of you got to worry about. It's the evening and the next day.
The next day.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Oof. Just oof.
Nice.
I learned myself a thing.
Yep. Cool. Oh. Rob the Handsome One says, "Hey Dave." Which handsome Rob is this? Is it Jason Statham from The Italian Job?
Yep.
That was his character's name, Handsome Rob. Let's go with that.
Well, welcome, handsome Rob. Thanks for joining. So, people have told us what they've been painting.
Cool.
Ayumi is working on the monkey, aka the Monster Apocalypse. Sorry.
Cool.
Nothing new for her.
Okay.
Brad is working on some Lord of the Rings goblins.
Excellent.
Jason is currently painting a very large spider. A surprise for my wife.
Oh,
Good
that sounds
stuff.
dangerous.
Yeah, I would not be pleased. I'm too afraid of spiders for that one. I would be so mad.
Oh, James is also grinding away on the Aliens minis along with us.
Excellent.
And almost finished all the Aliens. Powerloader is last.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Jez is explaining to me that's Weta mail that I was talking about. It's incredible and very light. So it must have been the Weta Workshop video.
True. Yeah. Yep.
I've worn real riveted mail and padded gambeson, and it's sweaty and heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Oh, it's Rob from Gale Force?
So much.
Oh, excellent.
Glad to see the models made it to you.
Yep.
It's not a pretty dance.
It's
Ripley's
such
dancing. You're not a dancing queen.
It's like you're like wiggly. If you
no dancing
I found
queen
the
montage.
easiest way to get mail off was if you just like sling yourself forward and wiggle, like just and wiggle. With gambesons, easier because you're like unhooking everything. But gambesons get so hot and sweaty because even with the stuff like with HEMA stuff, like with what I do, our gambesons are very, very warm. I'm lucky because I'm always cold. So I have not had issues with my gambeson overheating. But the larger guys, they, or any of the guys who run warm, a lot of them they're just sweat puddles.
Right.
I don't know how. I will put it this way, like with all sporting events.
No wonder the Middle Ages were so nasty.
like with all, events that have athletic endeavors.
Yep.
There's odors.
Sure.
That happen. And specifically, I remember one time finding a cologne that was called Swordsman. And they thought they were being clever, but I posted it up to all of my swords lady and swordsman friends. And the reactions were beautiful.
Awesome. I remember when I used to do kendo, so Japanese.
Did that
fencing.
also have a particular odor?
Yeah, you get very like after an hour, pretty much everybody smelled like vinegar.
Yeah, because they're spraying down all their gear, or at least you're supposed to be. Oh no, oh that's a different problem. Oh
No, it was just like, wow.
oh yeah, no. It's something about anything
Did you
sports
practice
related.
over
I don't
mats,
know what it is because
Dave?
my brother did wrestling and my sister was a cheerleader and like there's just it's
Yep.
Anyone who's ever done a sport or a martial arts in their life knows just exactly what that is. I come from a family of like dancers.
Okay.
So I always do like the dancing cheerleading thing for like there's like powders and baby wipes and like things. So I was unaccustomed to the
lack of it.
the smell. I specifically had someone smell me after a tournament and ask me why I wasn't like exuding the same kind of like funk
as everybody else.
and I was like, well, I have like deodorant on, baby wipes for in between bouts, like I am like freshening up throughout the day. And they were like, that's a thing you can do? And I was like, yeah. You can also spray everything you own with vodka.
That'll work? Really?
It'll help.
So what if I was to like just douse myself like that?
And it just says, yes, swordsman, it smells like sweat and burned hair.
Awesome.
No, if you're lucky, it just smells like sweat and vodka.
Sorry, a little rummage.
It was great. A lot of the guys, though, a lot of the people who grew up in sports, though, are really good about it. It's only a select few that weren't, like, who were either raised in the stink or,
Yeah.
James, I done motorsports, and we had oil and gas and sweat.
Excellent.
So I just wanted to pop over to your camera, Gretchen, so you could talk a little bit about
Oh, because
what
you can
you've
see
been
colors
doing
now.
so far. Yeah.
All right. So I did a black base, and I'm going through on where I imagine the light source would. And when I say light source, I use that loosely because in my brain I'm imagining this on a spaceship,
Right. Yep.
and that does not have consistent light source.
No, particularly with the orange flashing light on the top of
Yeah.
the
But if I turn it this way, yeah, there we go. So I did some dry brushing just to pull up all like the details and whatnot. And that was with a very soft like gray kind of teal. I lightened up what I had on my palette. But I'm going back through and I'm using a teal and a purple where I think the light would kind of shine in that oil slick manner. And then I'm going back through with the just plain black and touching it up to get more of that contrast in there, so I don't go over anything that I've dry brushed to pull the detail. There's certain parts of it where I really like what's going on like his legs. It's really hard to see up on there. But yeah, just kind of playing around with it to try to get that oil slick effect. And then on the other one, on his buddy, I'm gonna do something less technical and use the shifters and see which one I like more.
Cool.
So
Excellent.
hopefully that'll look interesting, and we'll see. We'll see what that does. Right now it's really picking up those highlights. I assure you it's not actually that highlighted.
It's looking good though.
Yeah, so I like the subtleties. Like I said, I don't like using just true black because that happens so little in nature.
Right.
Not really a thing that you would find. But yeah.
Cool. Excellent.
Looks good. All right, Dave, we're popping over to you.
I'm working on the. Let me get it in the center. There we go. I'm working on the skin now. So I'm just using my standard recipe for that, which is the. And after last week, where I showed my cracked bottle, I got a new bottle. Pristine.
Yay!
So Carne Marron tan. So that's the base color, and then highlighting up by mixing in some Rinflesh. Of course, my finger's right over the name. Rinflesh from P3. So I'll go and do that. And last week when we were painting the Firefly minis, I mentioned that I felt like they were. I said they were very detailed, but everything felt smaller than I was used to. And I finally, this week, I realized what it was. It isn't that the miniatures are smaller; it's that they're true scale rather than heroic.
Ah.
And so usually what we paint is like fairly heroic stuff, and certainly what I paint for my personal stuff. So that means that the heads and hands are larger than what they would be in reality, just to sort of accentuate them, so you can get to see all the fingers, and the knuckles. You were zoomed in really tight on that. But when it's true scale, they're actually much smaller. So and everything looks sort of in proportion as it would. So I am not sure if that's a that was because these need to, when you're working with a licensed product like this would need to go to all sorts of people to be okayed. I know that when Games Workshop was working on Lord of the Rings, that the if the model was of a particular character or particular characters, they had not only did they have to go to several people at like New Line Studios, New Line Cinema, but also to the actor and the actor's agent themselves to look at the model and go, "Yep, that's good," or I look a bit too serious, or my nose isn't that big, that kind of thing. So, and I suspect that that's possibly more of a why they want sort of the true scale look. So it just means you just work a little bit differently. I don't have to get too wild on the back there, because that's going to be plugged in up against the loader. I'll just give a little highlight just in case there is a section where you get to see under there.
Also, real quick, I do want to say hello to Chris Cox. I don't know if I had said hello earlier.
Hi, Chris.
And he did give your shirt a shout out.
Yep. I have a Wayland Corporation, so from the Wayland Corporation from Prometheus and Covenant before they merged with the Yutani Corp to make it Wayland Yutani. But the tagline, Building Better Worlds, was with Wayland right from the start. There we go. But yeah, I have another one. I couldn't find it today, but it's my favorite Aliens shirt that I own. And it's a very cool...
I have 2 alien shirts. Why didn't I wear one of them?
I don't know.
Instead, I have a Winnie the Pooh sweatshirt on. It's not very themed.
He's kind of alien.
He is.
Again, I got into the spirit by actually being in a lab. So.
Oh, right, yes. This is true. But, yeah.
I felt like that was good enough. I've been in a lab coat for most of today. That's fine. That's aliens enough.
Kind of like being in medical. Get to medical. There we go.
Also, Kat was saying, I raised 6 brothers. That's why there were heavy doors on their bedrooms. Keep the funk in. Good stuff. Also, someone's at work. They swear, just waiting on the boss. Is this mini further away? With the heroic versus real scale. It's true.
Right. Yep.
Especially the faces.
Yeah.
Because that's how it was yesterday. I mean, last week.
Last
it was
week.
like not even trying to paint the eyes.
Yeah. Yep. They can get tiny. Okay.
So interesting thing about this board game is that it's a cooperative game.
Right.
And yeah, I don't know.
Is cooperative still fairly unusual in board games? I've had a
It's
feeling
not.
that it's like...
I just thought it was interesting for a miniatures game.
Right. A miniatures board game.
Correct.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's... Unless you're only ever going to play it, like, 1v1, it's always going to be the Colonial Marines against the aliens. Yeah. So you've got the opportunity to run like 4 or 5 people playing the Marines, and you can even put the aliens on an AI, or does one player get to play those? I'm not sure. James, let us know. Let us know. Relive the movie without leaving the comfort of your chair, your dining room.
Relive the movie where you will die. You and your compatriots. Only
Almost.
2 of you will make it out.
Almost everybody dies. Yep. Cool. I want the aliens to eat the Marines, but not the cat. Well, thankfully, in Aliens, she doesn't take the cat with her.
Yeah.
I wonder what happens to Jonesy.
Rough.
Do you think she opens up like 4 cans of cat food? Leaves it out and goes, I'll be back in a week.
This is sad.
And then, of course, never makes it back.
I'm sad
Spoiler
now.
alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
would be
it
going
is
back
1
for
to
my
6.
cat.
1 to 6 players. Cool.
So you can do a solo against the
I
AI.
am that kind of person. I would be going back for the cat.
Yeah.
That would be my downfall. I'm a sucker for protocol and being like, no. Not dealing with people.
Your Aliens
You are
3 movie.
quarantined. Like that would happen. But the cat,
Yeah.
Gretchen, that would be your Aliens 3 movie, is you going back and getting the cat.
we're all safe and sound. Everyone's escaped. And then I'm like, oh, great. Everyone's alive. Where's my cat? And then, sorry, gotta go back.
Gotta go.
We're turning this spaceship around right now.
I appreciate Jez's comment. Play until it's game over, man. Game over. This is the best quote. And I always misquote it, too.
What's that?
Game over, man. Game over. I always think it's from a different movie, and then I look it up, and I'm like, oh, it's aliens.
It's aliens, yeah, for
Why
sure.
am I so dumb?
Affirmative. Okay. And there. I'm just going back and forth on the Ripleys. And remembering which parts I need to paint.
James says the aliens always move towards the nearest player. You can control a few of the other characters as grunts. Oh, that's cool. That reminds me of Monsters of Madness.
Okay.
Where the monsters always move to the nearest person.
Right.
And honestly, the only way to win the game is by having other players. Like AI players.
Okay.
I feel like that would probably be similar for this game. Like, they make it pretty difficult, so you would probably want to play with more than one character.
Yeah. Yep. If you need to...
Even if it is just yourself.
Right.
Yes. Grunts, a.k.a. sacrificial lambs.
Lambs. Yep. There we go. Excellent. Getting there, and I just realized I may have missed a little bit yellow bit on the dancing Ripley. I don't know. I might be okay.
Are the shoes like on the power loader?
The bottom half of the shoes, yeah.
Gotcha.
So she's got the top half on her feet there. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but there was a point, I can't remember when it was. I think it was 2016 that it would have been the 30th anniversary of the film. Reebok released the shoes again. Yeah, yeah. They were, but they're like.
I remember that. No,
yeah.
I totally remember that now.
Yeah, yeah.
And part of me kind of wanted to get some.
I totally wanted to get some, but they only did like 2,000 pairs or something like that. So they went incredibly quickly. But yeah. So I guess I'm just going to wait 20 years and see them do it again for the 50th anniversary, and we'll be all good.
It'll be fine. You'll get there.
Yeah.
You'll be the most styling guy in the old folks' home.
Oh, Gretchen.
It'll be good.
It's true. It's true. I will be super styling in my Ripley Reeboks.
Howdy, howdy, Rob. Thanks for joining.
Oh, hey, Rob. Excellent.
Also, someone asked a question, and I can't...
find
Oh,
it.
no. James was asking, like, are we going to revisit this for Aliens Day?
For April 26th?
Not a bad idea.
Yep. That's funny, because I was just about to say Aliens, isn't it? Like, one... I'm pretty sure... I can't remember which one came first. I'm pretty sure it was Star Wars Day. With May the 4th. But yeah, and it's only fairly recently, I think, that Aliens Day has really become a thing. I say that, but of course, really only a thing amongst nerd communities. So.
There. Yeah.
How are the minis chunky enough to be able to paint? Question mark. They're we were actually just saying before, Rob, that the minis are very much true scale minis, so they don't have the sort of the big hands and heads of heroic minis. So they're still of a scale you'd recognize, but they just feel a little bit finer. So.
Do you know what we should do now?
Oh, we should. We're running a bit late.
Yes.
have a look at them.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Maybe we should power through. Should we just do all of them at once?
Do you want to?
No,
Okay. It's usually better to break it up even just a little bit.
I think so. Yeah.
So we're going to take a look at some miniatures that people posted in our Facebook group.
Yep.
Painting happy little minis.
Wait, that's what it's called?
Yes.
No wonder you haven't shown my minis. Okay, so first up, James has painted. James posted these in the group
And I
this
have
morning.
some of the camo ones too. After
Oh,
this.
cool. Excellent. So we have Newt on the left, Rebecca Jordan, and Lieutenant Ellen Ripley on the right. One of the cool things, very cool things that you can definitely see on the bases here is that each of the characters has their name sculpted into the back of the base.
That's really cool.
So neat. And the bishop I have here has bishop under there. And James has chosen to pick these out in that sort of neon green. So looking very cool. The same sort of thing that you'd see on the screen, the computer screens. Yeah. So, yep, looking very cool. Nice. And yeah, here we go. Here are the folks that have these, or the Marines, Colonial Marine Squad. So you got Apone on the over there on the right. You got Drake. Where's Vasquez? No Vasquez, James. But yeah, looking cool. So Hudson's got the tracker there. I think I'm pretty sure Hicks has has his shotgun. There's that scene where they're told to so Marines, you're down there to shoot a whole bunch of aliens. Put your guns away. And he pulls out the shotgun for close encounters. But yeah, definitely looking cool. Nice work, James. Very good. Oh, Ayumi, mentioned before, it's working on the very cool big ape from Monpoc, Monster Apocalypse from
Monkey
Privateer
Business.
Press. Monkey Business. Yeah.
I've decided.
Is that a train on its shoulder?
Yeah, I think it is.
Oh no, it's a truck. It's a
Oiler?
it's a pardon?
An oil truck?
I'm not sure. I thought it was like a military truck. But anyway, looking very cool. I am enjoying this. And oh, hang on, is that like a Humvee hanging from one of those medals on the chest there?
Yeah.
Looking very cool. Nice work, Ayumi. These are looking great. Oh, Brad Taylor is putting up a human mimic from Etherfields.
I've never seen a human mimic before.
Yeah,
That's really
Haven't
cool
I?
and
It is
kind of
very
really
cool.
terrifying.
yeah. What's
feel
the
like
most terrifying thing
The
Do you think?
most
from that model?
from that model, I think it would be just the uncanny valley
Right.
of like you see that guy in the distance and you're like, it's help or it's like a human or it's like a thing, and then they I can't imagine it moves normal.
Right. I think maybe even if let's say it did move normal, when you get up close, all those eyes in the hat would turn and look at you.
See, my thing is like the
That's the
non-face.
scariest
The
thing to me.
non-face scares me more. It reminds me of those little corner children.
Right.
Like
Oh
little-
yeah.
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 That's more I'd rather the eyeball hat.
The cursed children.
Yeah, the cursed
That's fair.
I
children.
then looked
Like
up.
the eyeball hat, I'm like, that's just a
And
swanky
showed
man
everybody.
with his eyeball hat. Don't know where he got those eyes.
Yep.
Don't care. Not gonna. But the turnaround with like the no face and the
Right.
it's too puppety
Okay.
for me.
Sure.
It's two dolls come to life. Chucky.
We
cursed
do love the
children.
paint
Nice.
job, though. Good
Yes.
stuff.
Sorry. Yes, sorry, we get distracted by the mini itself. I think Brad's done an excellent job here. Looks very cool. Nice work. Oh. Brantle Brockus ended up some ghost pirates. Oh, very cool. I wonder where these are from.
What do ghost pirates say? I don't know. It sounds like a joke, but I don't know. I'm asking.
Boo. No.
Excellent.
I don't know what ghost pirates say. I would like to.
I don't know. Something like that, I'm sure.
Seems very werewolfy.
Yeah, and it got that way. I like the my favorite one. I think is the pirate that's drinking from the ghostly bottle.
That's what I was gonna say. The one in the back.
I'm out of rum.
I really love these models. I
Yeah.
actually have not seen them before,
No, they're very cool.
so I wonder if they're maybe 3D printed.
Possibly, but yeah, I love them. I think
Almost look like night haunts
yeah,
with the
yep,
color.
very much that sort of thing. But there's just a excellent contrast as well between the ghosts and the bases, all the like the broken wood from their shipwrecked ship, obviously. But yeah, looking great, very nice. Oh, Clive, I've painted up a Venom Troll. I love the very deep green on this. It's got that it's like almost like a sludge kind of feel to it, and like an oily sludge. But yeah, looking very cool. And then the that mouth picked out with the lips and the teeth to give that a nice bit of focus on the face there. Looking very cool. Nice work, Clive. Oh, Daniel. Daniel's removed the. I think last week I was asking about the French tank, or actually at least on the group I was asking about it, but taking it out. But yeah, this is like 3 or 4 levels of weathering and washes on those ones from last week, and I think he said that there's like 1 or 2 more steps to go. But they are looking very cool. Nice work.
We have some tanks now.
We do.
World of tanks.
World of tanks. We'll have to paint them soon. But no, looking nice, Daniel. Looking very cool. Oh, Dwight's Rank the Pound. This is a butcher, ogre butcher from Games Workshop. That I'm not sure. I'm guessing that Dwight's going to be using it for Age of Sigmar. But yeah, looking very cool. So ogres.
Good job on that apron. It looks like it's actually like a beat up piece of fabric.
Yeah.
It doesn't look sculpted.
No. Yeah, you're right. It's done a great job highlighting those folds and those splashes of blood on there. But yeah, the ogres in Warhammer are always eating. They're always hungry. So the butchers are very very important in their culture. And Dwight's done a great job on this guy. Nice work. Very cool. Oh, and Chris has been painting up some Mandalorians.
Very nice.
And I cannot remember the name of this character. I feel terrible.
Oh no, you said that and her name left. Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan? Bo-Katan. Excellent.
You got it.
Yes.
Good. Oh, nerd cred intact. All right.
Saved.
Let's go back to aliens. We'll talk about aliens forever.
Wrong space.
Wrong space.
I saw someone dressed as the Mandalorian today.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like
In
a
your
helmet,
lab?
and they were so coming to work today.
Right.
They were on a what are those
Motorcycle?
hoverboards,
Okay.
but on in the middle of the street, and they weren't going fast enough for the in the middle of the street, and the cars behind them were mad because they weren't going fast enough because it's a hoverboard,
Yep.
and they just had their arms out, and they had painted their helmet to look like a Mandalorian helmet, and they had a Grogu strapped to their chest in a baby carrier. And they were living their best life.
They were.
What?
And I didn't, like, I'm just driving by and I see it, and I'm like, I don't know how to respond to that.
The pandemic has affected us
But
in many different
it was
ways.
beautiful.
That's
And you know
amazing.
what? It made my night.
Yeah.
It was like having a little bit of convention.
Right.
Like-
That's like the
Yep.
con
Right there.
fun that you want.
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. But yeah, Chris has done a great job here. That blue is very vibrant, looking fantastic. Nice work. Oh, Graham posted up two minis in the group today. Was it today? Yesterday? Can't remember.
This one was yesterday. I didn't get the one from today.
Okay. So I think it was the one I preferred of the two. I must admit was the wizard, the Wizard. So you should definitely go and check that out. But yeah, this is looking very cool. Pardon? Never mind.
Did you say wizard really weird?
Wizard.
Wizard. Is that what it's called?
I have no idea. That's just what I'm calling it. But
that's what I was laughing at. Like,
okay, the way that I said Wizard.
Yes.
Okay. Right. But anyway, I really love the gems are cool. But my favorite part is the way that Graham's tackled the texture on the fabric. So on that cloak. I think there's some dry brushing going on there, but also a little bit of small cross-hatch highlighting that he's done on the wizard as well. But yeah, looking very nice, Graham. That looked cool.
See, I really like how the face is not muddled.
Right.
With all the tiny details right next to each other.
Yeah. Yeah. No, definitely cool. Definitely cool. So Graham will hopefully see this tomorrow. Because he is sleeping at the moment. We're not going to wake him up. Cool. And, oh, Jazz. Excellent. This doesn't look anything like you, Jazz. But no, this is a very cool mini. Oh, from Hero Forge. Excellent. Very cool. Jazz, did you, is this for a campaign? Role-playing campaign you're
It was
playing?
a Friends mini, I believe.
Oh, okay.
And it actually came on a diorama, but
right.
this
Oh
is,
yeah, I can see the
this is a better
background.
picture. Like the diorama was a little far away.
Oh, okay, right, yeah. But yeah, this is looking very cool. I'm loving the quilted jacket. A very opulent jacket. But yeah, even though he's standing there with money pouch and book, he's also ready for business with that a big sword strapped to his back. Yeah.
You cannot actually. He'll slice his shoulder off before he gets his sword out.
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
All right, we'll look at one more mini.
One more? Cool.
Yeah.
What do we have? Oh, so Gwaine. Okay. Very cool. Gwaine. But yeah, this is going along, I guess, with the rest of the Arthurian Legends pieces that
that we saw last time.
The Green Knight. We saw the Green Knight last time. But yeah, this is looking very cool, Josh. I'm loving the highlighting on your silver. It's looking good, and just the highlighting on that. Was that a griffin or a hippogriff? I can't quite tell. I'm going to go with griffin.
Oh, I was going to go hippogriff.
That's awesome.
No, I think you're right. It's griffin.
Yeah. Which is saying, hey, that's mine. It's my friend's girlfriend that got it for him. Basically, I painted it and made for the diorama. Oh, I made the diorama. Very cool. Nice work, Jazz. Looks great. And Josh, this looks very cool too. So hopefully Josh will see this tomorrow as well, because he had to leave earlier. But yeah, looking very nice. Love that green. Excellent.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it matches the Green Knight.
The Green Knight? Cool.
Some of the highlights.
Yeah.
Thank you to everyone who has posted. We will look at some other minis a little later.
Yeah.
Right now, I'm going to jump to Gretchen. Tell us, what have you been doing so far?
So I'm adding some little highlights to try to make him look a little bit more like wet. Almost. Not wet. Shiny.
Moist.
Glistening.
Glistening. Let's go with
Glistening. That's a good one. So playing around with that. I don't know where I want my light source.
All right, chat. Tell
so I'm
Gretchen
kind
where
of
the light
just like
source.
slapping down shinies wherever I think they might look cool. But there we go. There you can see them. But yeah, so I'm kind of getting them where I want them. I don't really know how I want to do the rest of the little shinies to make them look appropriate. I might play around with it and see, but I'll probably end up jumping over to the next guy and getting a base coat of black so that I can have them both done by the end.
Cool. Looking very cool.
Very cool. All right, Dave.
Sometimes I think it might be too shiny.
Cool.
Yeah, it's hard.
What's the right amount of shine?
All right, Dave, I'm going to jump over to you.
Okay. So back to working on the power loader. I am most of the way done with Dancing Ripley. I just remembered now, I just realized now when I'm looking at it that I need to paint the controller, oops, sorry, there we go, the controller pieces that are in her hands, so that when I stick her onto the power loader, she'll be ready to go. But yeah, so what I'm going to do quickly is just go along and paint all of the padded area black, give that a quick highlight, and then I'll be ready to drop her in. There's a lot of sort of scuffing and damage, as you'd expect on a kind of an industrial power loader. I think it's the PL 5000 model. But yeah, so I want to get those scuffs and dings in there as well. Make sure all of the pistons are nice and shiny. And yeah, so just getting to that stage. So I'm going to focus on this for a little bit. Try and get as much of that ready now that we're over the halfway mark.
Wow, it seems like it's been faster this time.
It does. I think it's because we went to look at that first batch of minis a little bit later than we usually do.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
Also,
my
Gretchen,
excuse anyway.
JT said there's no such thing as too shiny alien, which I would agree with.
This alien is too shiny. No such thing.
Also, Facebook user, thank you for joining. Yes, we actually show off minis every week. If
Yep.
you're interested, join our Facebook group, which I will put a link to in the chat, and then post there, and I will grab your mini and then have it on next week's show.
Yep.
We all do enjoy sharing minis.
We
That
do.
is.
Also, welcome to Anthony.
Hello.
The minis were much smaller last time.
They were. We mix it up.
Yep.
Sometimes they're bigger, sometimes they're smaller. It depends how much Leona wants to challenge us.
To challenge us. Nice.
How did it become my fault?
I don't know, but it's fun. Let's run with it. What has Leona got for us this week?
No, it's whatever we have. Whatever's been given to us. Whatever we've been told to paint.
Yep.
We do have some, so we could go even smaller and do warriors from Mythic America. They're not,
Cool.
I don't think they're any smaller than Ripley, but they
No.
are heroic. I mean, true scale. They're not heroic.
Okay.
And then, or we could go bigger and do some D&D stuff. There's that.
Oh.
If people are upset at how small the minis are.
I don't know that they're upset, but
Upset.
It can't be anywhere. What was, what is the mini's name? With the hamster, Boo.
all right, Minsk.
Yes. It can't be any worse than whenever I had to paint Minsk and he had his Boo on his shoulder, and Boo was literally the size of a grain of rice.
Yep.
If that.
All good.
That I think that's the smallest thing I've ever had to paint. And I didn't even care if I had the right hamster colors. I was just like, I'm gonna paint this like little blobs of like stereotypical hamster colors,
Right.
so that maybe it will read as a hamster.
Yeah. That's all it has to do. Just read as a hamster. Be all good. Just fine. Okay. Radio. Just working out which parts to paint. Silver. So I'm putting down black over any of the areas that I'm going to paint. We're going to paint silver, just so that the metallics in the paint pop nicely against it, and there won't be any sort of yellow show through, which can happen sometimes. One of the things that's fun as well is on the on the box cover. Let's put it in there. The you see those hazard stripes on the outside of the claws. We'll get. Oh. I can't. Like, yes, I'm restricted by my.
Sorry, Dave.
That's okay. No worries. Okay. Wow, look how big this is. But yeah, now I'll be able to go along and paint those hazard stripes on the outside of those claws, which look very cool. Okay, quick trivia quiz for everybody in the chat.
You were prepared for today.
I'm gonna win this
trivia question. You might.
Trivia question. Ding, ding, ding,
Trivia
ding.
question. What rating does Ripley have when it comes to operating power loaders? It's a number.
Can you tell us what number it's between? Is it like 1 to 10?
It's a number between 1 and 5.
Okay.
Let's go with that.
I'm pretty sure she's like a 3 or a 2 or something.
3.
Okay, so what are you're going with a 3.
I'm
what are you going to
going
go
with
for?
3.
Yeah.
I'm going class 2.
Anybody in the chat? We've got a class 3, a class 2, a 3, a 47. Cat has guessed my age. JT
Cat
is
wins
class
the
2.
real prize.
Excellent. No, the answer is 2.
Is that good or bad?
Is there anything I can do? I don't know. Is there anything you can do? I can drive one of those loaders. I have a class 2 rating. Be my guest.
Yes.
There we go.
I'm really excited I got it right.
Excellent.
So if you got it right, pat yourself on the back just now and know that you're a winner. And Kat, you give extra pats because you you got the bonus question we didn't know was asked.
I don't think it was, but it was just an amazing coincidence. Amazing coincidence. So one of the things as well that I'm going to do is a lot of the up close sort of in detailed scuffing on the power loader in the movie is it just basically it's scuffed off the yellow paint straight back to silver, so there isn't a darker what do you call it undercoat under there. It's scuffing's just gone straight back to the metal. So I can imagine these come off the assembly, or maybe not completely off the assembly line, but the last step is to spray them all the industrial yellow.
JT says, I'm not sure I should pat myself as I can quote that entire movie.
Me too.
That's good. What did you win? Dave's approval.
Bragging rights?
Dave's Unanimous approval.
A job well done.
Yes. The opportunity to move forward into the next round.
What's the next question?
What year is Alien set in?
Wasn't it set in a year that has already passed? Because like I vaguely remember people being like, "This is the year," or no? Is that something else? Has it not happened
I'm pretty
yet?
sure it's
That's
something
something
else.
else. That's
Oh, we're-
Blade Runner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blade Runner was 2019.
And
But,
2019 did feel like Blade Runner.
A little bit. And isn't like the year Mad Max is set in like coming up or happening soon?
That might have already happened.
Yeah, that
as well. I mean, it's still going on in Australia. And
Has
I
the
keep telling
fashion
people
gotten
Mad Max
there?
is a documentary. It's not a work of fiction. So, but no, there's a. I think the only time that it's actually mentioned is when Ripley is talking about the message that Burke sent to the colony.
James guessed 2146.
No, is the answer there.
My guess is somewhere similar where it's like 2-1 something, right? Or is it like 2-3 something?
No, I think
No, I think it's 2-1.
Oh, okay.
It's still fairly close, but it's 79.
Oh,
Yep.
nice.
Because I feel terrible, but it's like she talks about how, I just saw I saw the directive signed Carter Burke Carter J. something 79, and I was like, must remember that. But yeah, I just realized I had another question that I was going to ask, but I've completely forgot.
Mount Druitt has looked like Mad Max since the 80s.
You're not wrong, Rob. You're not wrong. Yep. But so working backwards, so Ripley was adrift for 57 years in the film. So it would be 20. I think Alien was set in 21, 22. Something like that. Yep.
I always thought it was 1973 or something.
My favorite thing is that when you go and look at the suits that the men are wearing in the when she gets the dressing down from the Weyland-Yutani Corporation, when they're in the meeting room and she's trying to tell them there are aliens, they're going to kill everybody if they get here, we're going to go and wipe them out, and they're like, I don't know why you blew up your ship. The suits that they're wearing are basically like regular everyday suits from the 80s with the back part of the collar flipped up. Bloop. Just take that, flip it up, and that's it. That's the difference. It was
Fashion.
ridiculous. It's like,
The costuming on that.
yeah. And Burke is dressed a lot like, I think that costume might have appeared in Back to the Future. Has the vest, the puffy vest. But
Yes, they predicted popped collar.
yes, they did indeed.
Jez
And weird
asks,
ties. Yep.
Dave, what was her...
Ripley's daughter's name.
Name.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't watch the director's cut version, so I didn't rewatch the director's cut version this time around, because they would have mentioned it. They only mention it in the director's cut. You don't actually know that she had a daughter in this one, in the original theatrical release. So I'm gonna have to pass. I'm sorry, Jez. Did IQs just drop sharply while I was away? Oh, Amanda Ripley. That is correct. And where is she interred? Anyone?
That's
She's in
where
Wisconsin.
it got really fuzzy for me.
Somewhere in Wisconsin. I can't
Okay.
remember exactly where. But that was the director's cut sort of angle was a very, very interesting sort of thing, because normally I would expect that, particularly when you're talking about sort of sci-fi, you either have character development or action kind of thing. So you would expect things that were cut out for the theatrical release to either, well, let's lean hard into the action, so we'll cut out all of a bunch of character development stuff, or let's lean into character development, so we'll cut out a bunch of the action stuff. But it was pretty much like 50-50 for the everything that they sort of put back into the director's cut. It's kind of odd. I wasn't expecting that. I saw it, but yeah, definitely it was cool though. Very cool.
James
Okay.
is laying down the facts. Little Rock, Wisconsin.
Little Rock, Wisconsin.
Died at the
Okay.
age of 66. No,
No
children. Cameron is the man.
James Cameron. There we go.
Is he? No, I'm just joking. Good stuff.
When I was splashing on all of that yellow contrast, I made some of those lovely pristine Reeboks yellow. So I need to go back and paint them grey and highlight them white. I know. How could I do that? There we go. Look at that. We'll get that sorted there.
Hey, let's look at the rest of the minis.
Yeah, definitely. Let's do that.
Do. Oh, you like this one? Oops.
Will I? You built it up already. I'm going to be disappointed. Oh,
Speaking
excellent.
of seeing Mandalorians,
Pardon? Yes. And Grogu. Very cool, Keith.
He's still Baby Yoda to me.
Yeah. I'll always be Baby Yoda.
This is the way.
Or is Yoda now old Grogu? No? Okay. I'm not going to push it.
My brain hurts.
It does. But no, cool job on this, Keith. I wonder how big this is.
He said it was a pretty large.
Yeah, I wonder if
Model.
it's like a 54 mil scale, so something like that sort of size. It's got quite a lot of detail in there. But yeah, looking good. Nice one. I love the eyes on Grogu and the that skin tone. A very nice job, Keith. Looks cool. Excellent. Kyle is some work in progress for his Orc Blood Bowl team. These guys are looking great. It's very cool. I like the different skin tone there on the Orc on the right. Normally in Warhammer and Blood Bowl and that kind of thing, Orcs are all green, the green skin. But that sort of grayish, bluish gray tone is looking very nice. Working very well against that red. Looking cool. Coming along nicely, Kyle. Excellent. Oh, Michael Ball. Nergoth Night Lord. This looks super cool.
This is from Gale Force 9.
Okay, cool. From
Fun
the D&D range.
Yes.
Very nice. But yeah, I'm loving the purple and the yellow / gold on the trim of that cloak coat kind of thing. Looking very nice. And the highlights on the silver are looking great too. That thigh, particularly that thigh and down onto the knee and the calf. Looking really good. Nice work, Michael. It's looking great. Excellent. No worries.
just appreciate it more.
Ready when you are. Excellent, McAllen. An assault group, M113. So I think Assault Group is the company that makes these. But yeah, the M113 is the, I think it's, US used that for like 40 years? 40
You
or
can
50
look at
years
me.
as an APC.
I know it was a
And
long
you can
time.
say any information you want. And
So
I will
yes.
nod and go,
I remember it was for a long time.
Yeah. I think
It
at
was
first,
classic.
yeah, they first used it in Vietnam. But yeah, very cool. And the shape of the M113 was used by Games Workshop to create their Rhino, the Space Marine Rhino, which is
Wow,
their
it really
APC.
does look like that.
that's cool.
Yeah.
The more you know.
I think that's why that one time you showed rhinos, and I 100% thought that they were like historical.
Right,
And you were
historical
like, no,
tanks.
these are for GW. I was like,
Yes.
oh, whoops.
These are for space. This one is not for space. This one spent a lot of time in the jungle, I think. Or at least on jungle roads. But yeah, looking very cool. Nice. Robin Malik. Did we see this one last week?
I don't think we did.
Did we?
I don't think we did.
I think we might have. I'm
Golems?
not sure.
But it looks cool. So let's
it does look
look
super
at it
cool.
again.
I'm happy to see it again. It looks, it looks great. Like an ice golem. But yeah, looking very, very neat. I think so. There's some nice highlighting and shading on a translucent model.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Robert's done a great job here. Looks super cool. Oh, Mike G is in the chat saying, "Hey, all, can't stay long, but wanted to stop by and show some support. Thank you very much.
Thanks for
Good to see you
stopping
again, Mike.
by. Great
Yep,
to see
very
you.
Cool.
We're just
Very
looking at
nice.
some minis right now.
Yep. Looking good. Nice one, Robert. Oh, Rob's in the chat. This is Rob Jedi in the chat. Terminator is from Heresy Lab. Was this a 3D print, Rob? Have to let us know. It's very cool. And,
I like the little guy at the bottom.
yep, who's stolen the helmet from the
It's
from the
fantastic.
Terminator. Might be his pet. Here, carry
What
my
a
helmet
good
for
detail.
me. I can't breathe in this thing. There you go. But yeah, oh, it is. It's 3D print. So yeah, looking very cool there. Very nice. Are you doing a whole Death Guard army, Rob? You'll have to let us know. But yeah, nice work. I love the greens. That green is super vibrant. Very nice. And yes, yep, Jazz. Looking cool. This one. Ryan's been painting up a couple of adventurers and an evil minion, I guess.
That's a really
You
tall
can't
minion.
actually you can't actually play as a skeleton, can you?
I
can't have
feel
a
like you
skeleton
could
play a
homebrew
character.
something.
Probably.
You could figure that would actually be a really funny character to play.
Yes.
Because
kind of like Tin Man style.
I feel
Tin
like
Man
there'd
slash
just be
Scarecrow
like
kind of.
shenanigans because you can't just walk into town as a skeleton. So like
Right.
obviously your party would have to create some kind of elaborate.
Like backstory as to why your hood covered your whole
Yeah,
face.
I just
Yeah.
feel like it'd be very good shenanigans, especially if you had a necromancer in your party.
It could. You could. It'd be interesting, definitely. But no, I like Ryan's work here. He does a nice job. And particularly, I like the purple. The purple on the guy with the crossbow there. Looking good. Nice work, Ryan. Oh,
That's nifty.
Demon from Reaper. Looking very cool. I love that bone whip.
I like how it's green coming off of the sword.
Right. Yep.
Because typically you'd
balefire kind of
yeah, you would expect like flame, like with the red and the devil, like the whole get. I like that it's green. That it was an unexpected color. I appreciate that.
No, definitely, it's a good choice. Goes very well with the red. But, yeah, I'm loving the work on the bone whip there. Bone whip itself is cool, but the paint job is very nice. I like the ombre on it.
Yes.
Yeah, looking good, Sean. Nice work. Cool, Sleepwalk Air, the
Last
Ossiarch
one.
Bone Reaper's Catapult.
That's fun.
Yeah, speaking of lovely bone work,
Yeah.
Look at the tones on, particularly the larger bones there, the ones at the end that are going to have the stones suspended between them and that kind of thing. Now I know that like when we've had like rotisserie chickens and got the wishbone out, and the girls or my daughters always want to like split the wishbone immediately, but it's like no, we've got to leave it there and let it dry out.
That is what
that bone at the end, that's the color it goes. But yeah, looking very cool. Nice work. Looks very cool. Actually, sorry, before we go anywhere, on this model, the wheels are done like a hamster wheel. Yeah. I don't know if you can see a skeleton.
There's a camera
there.
In my way. Yeah, if you ever wonder why I'm like this all the time,
there is
it's so I can.
There's a camera in the way.
I'm trying to stay in frame, but I'm also trying to like see. Oh, there is someone in there.
Yep, there's a little someone in the hamster wheel, pushing it along. That's pretty cool.
That is neat.
Yep, nice work. Look great.
Very cool. So that is all the minis that I grabbed from the group.
Okay.
Woo.
Very cool.
There
and if you
is a
want
link.
your mini, make sure you join the Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook page.
And if you aren't on Facebook, be sure to use the link in the description, which is a Google Forms, that you can submit your miniature, and I will grab it.
Very cool.
All right. I have my guy. I'm trying not to touch things this way.
There we go.
So I'm messy when I paint.
Is that the shifter?
That's the shifter, and that is currently drying. So I used the green gold cold blue shifter on this guy, and it works. The shifters I find work really, really good with black or another dark base. And that I almost feel like is too shiny. Like I almost want to go over with like a watered down black.
Right.
'Cause that's excessive. But the other guy, I did a similar kind of vibe just by painting the different kind of oil slick colors in a attempt to look.
Can you spin him around so that you're showing the other side of him? Because I think you're getting. No, keep going. No. Keep going. Yeah, there we go. So I think you've got some of the sharper highlights on that side.
Yeah.
So
I tried to have a vague idea of light.
Right, where the light was coming from.
There's light somewhere on this ship. It just so happens to be wherever these highlights are. There's one dude with a flashlight is what's going on there. I will say in person I can see a lot more of the purples. Maybe towards the end when we put them on the spinner, and if we take pictures and we post the pictures up, you'll probably be able to see more of the colors. But I almost kind of like how this guy's showing up more, because I think the colors are a lot more subdued, but still have that oil slicky kind of vibe.
Yep.
Because it's a lot of like deep purples with a little bit of that turquoise and a little bit of that rust color, and then some really bright highlights to try to make it. They're shiny. So I'm trying to make them shiny. I don't know how much I like that, but we're attempting. And then this guy, I might try to do. I think he's too shiny, but looks really cool. He looks like the Pokemon shiny version of the aliens. If you were to see this alien, it'd be like seeing a happy, fun mutation before it murdered you. So I might try to water down some black to get less of a shine, but it looks cool.
Yeah, I think a black washer.
I like the greenish color.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be the best shiny to go for, because there's a light violet green,
But there should be a black wash
and a
that you
silver
could use.
pink.
You could use a black wash if you wanted.
Yeah, I'll use a black wash and just see if that helps it. But like this guy you would notice him in a
wouldn't
dark
be so
hallway,
stealthy.
just like tearing down.
Just give me a sec. I've got some null oil here. So I've got some out. I can use on my metallics, but are you ready?
Yeah. Woohoo! Every time we do that, I feel like.
Oh, okay. There we go. It's coming along. I painted the hazard stripes on the side. There are a few areas where, because I primed it black first and then gave it a bit of a zenithal with the white. So underneath, it's a little bit darker. So I'll probably come back with some yellow paint to sort of make that pop a little bit more. I think that would be good to do. So I'm getting pretty close to having this Ripley done, which is good. And this is the roll cage. Just going to paint the little burner element on the side there, which thankfully is black. So it won't take too long. And then Dancing Ripley is almost complete. Yay! So we'll be done that in a few minutes. And I just realized I have to paint the base as well. So, but I left the base separate so that I could just dry brush this with silver. Maybe get a bit of a wash. But because I had I knew I wanted this to be white, primed white, and this to be primed black. So I had those separate. Just Ripley separate. But yeah, getting there. It's all coming along. It would be nice to drop everything into place.
Gonna set them up, have them fight.
Yeah, that'll be cool, wouldn't it? That'll look good.
Fight!
Ready?
Fight! Ding ding! Mortal Kombat. I mean.
Mortal Kombat. Okay. A little bit of.
Anthony was asking, are these minis from last week connected other than being made by Gale Force 9? And the answer is yes, they are both made by Gale Force 9.
Yep.
And
no other connection.
We also, yeah,
Very cool.
doing a bit of sci-fi this month.
Yep. Cat says, I like the base being so different from the bones. Sets everything off nicely.
The base was bright blue. I don't know if you remember. In Sleepwalker's bone
yeah.
wrap
Right, yeah.
thing.
Yep. I did ask about that. I asked him on the group because it had a bit of an underwater feel to it. So I was wondering I asked him if it was going to be fighting some Ideneth Deepkin, who are the sea elves from Games Workshop. But he said no, he just had a bunch of extra pigment left over.
Oh,
I
nice.
was like, wanted to get rid of it.
Might as well
Use
use
it on
it
the
then.
base.
Yeah.
But they did look cool. Very, I mean, Age of Sigmar is very high fantasy. So it was definitely a very high fantasy kind of look to it. Without a doubt.
Also, welcome to Ed. Thanks for joining.
Oh, hey Ed.
Hello.
Ed Nigma. Very cool name.
Oh, yeah, Dave, did you want to ask the chat your question?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. I almost forgot, even though it's sitting on the screen right next to me. Okay, so some of you may know, some of you may not know, but each month I do an article for, a Painting Happy Little Minis article for Game Trade magazine, which is available, magazine done by Game Trade Media each month. But yeah, I do a painting article, and I've been doing it for 3 years now. And I'm kind of running out of ideas, because I'm terrible. It's not true. I've got plenty of ideas, but I'm not sure which ones to put in next. So I'm going to ask the chat, what kind of things would you like to see? It's just a 2-page article, so I can't do super in-depth sort of things. And also, I have to do it tomorrow. I have 1 day to do it. 1 day. So that I can get it done and off to Jerome for the May issue, I think.
Rob
So-
says tie-dye minis.
Tie-dye minis. Okay, moving right along.
I've done that.
Ticks or
Almost.
trips. Ugh, I can't talk. Tips or tricks, maybe, that people would be looking for. Is that kind of what you're wondering?
That kind of thing, yeah.
Because like the last, or the the article that came out for this month was talking about
Is that the spot colors?
spot color. Yes.
Using spot colors, yeah.
Yes.
The first year I did sort of painting colors. So here's a way to paint red. Here's a way to paint blue. Here's a way to paint purple, kind of thing. Second year I started with things like preparing minis, priming minis, conversions, basing. Done a whole lot of different things over that time. So, but yeah, just if there are any ideas, throw them out. Things that folks would like to see. But,
Tie-dye minis, camo minis,
painting camo on aliens.
patterns. How to go
Thanks,
about patterns.
Jez.
Thanks, Jez. Assembling metal minis.
Assembling metal minis. That could be a
Types of
possibility.
paint not to use for painting minis. Oh, JT.
I'd have to go out and buy some of those.
Painting old metal minis that you found in a box in the garage.
I like
But see, that's a really good one because I recently had a friend ask me how to strip paint off of old minis.
All right.
And how to kind of like salvage older minis that you would find. Mini
s-
rescue.
I spray them again. Spray another undercoat over them and then paint them again. But yes.
We're getting so many good
Painting.
ideas.
Checkered shirts, good minis. Shadows, deciding on light source.
Wet blending.
James asked, how can we get some back orders? If you're talking about back orders of the magazine, if you head to gametrademedia.com, I think.
No,
or Game
well,
Trade
they will
Magazine.
have to contact me.
Oh, okay. Contact Leona via.
So, if you're interested, contact Game Trade Media on our social media, like PM, and I'll follow up with you.
Yep.
That's going to
Cool.
be the easiest way.
Where to get a tetanus shot
Okay.
after working with old minis from the
Oh my
garage.
gosh.
We are not qualified to give medical advice.
Not to give them, but.
Shadows, deciding on a light source.
Dealing with cat hair. Now that's a good one.
That's easy.
OSL.
I think it adds flair.
Yeah.
Age, dirt, rust. Did you do one about rust? I feel like.
I think I have done one about Rust. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have.
I'm not sure about dirt though.
Maybe not. Maybe I haven't done.
We've
dirt.
talked about dirt on the show because we did a whole episode about backlands. No, that's not what it's called.
Badlands, Gaslands,
Gaslands.
Gaslands,
Thank you.
Backlands.
Backlands.
Wherever lands.
Forward lane.
Jess says Dave's Guide to Tasty Paints.
Dave's got-
Dave's got to tasty paints. That could be fun. I can just go through and I can taste all of my paints tomorrow and put them in the categories of to
Non-metal metal.
Pardon?
Non-metal metal.
Non-metal
We've
metal.
talked about
Like
that on the show
non-metallic
before.
metal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've talked about it on the show. It's really, I'm going to say it's a little bit too big of a subject to tackle in 2 pages. But,
Have
I
you done
just like
something about
non-metal metal.
textures? Like
I've tried it on minis and I've tried it just in painting and in general, and I've not once ever enjoyed painting non-metal metal.
Yes. Talking about textures, maybe I could do like a cloth texture.
Like
kind of
fabric
thing.
textures?
Yeah.
I'm
that
thinking
could be
of when we
interesting
painted the stuff for Song of Ice and Fire. We talked a lot about like
one. Right.
padded texture,
yep.
padded leather, and then like other stuff within that because they just were wearing a lot.
Right. Yep. So,
Also,
yeah,
welcome,
I'll
Matt.
do that.
Thanks for joining. Looking awesome. Absolutely love the figures for the game.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, we are
Excellent.
enjoying them as
Thanks,
well.
Matt. They are cool. The fun thing about the harness on the that she straps into on the power loader is that it's basically like a bright blue seat belt. Has that that same sort of fabric texture to it. So I'm trying to get some of that onto there. But there we go. I know that folks have asked me before when I've painted minis that are glued to like a temporary base, how I take them off. So what I'm going to do is actually just move my wet palette out of the way so that I don't make the mistake of cutting the mini off and having it fall into paint. Because I could totally see that happening. So yeah, basically...
It would
what I
make
do
for
is,
good TV.
I don't know. I'm not allowed to swear on this show, right? That'd probably not be a good idea. But, yeah.
Then that
so
would be bad TV.
bad TV. So I'm going to take just a hobby knife here with a number 11 blade. So originally I glued her to the base with super glue, and then it popped off while I was priming. So I went back and cleaned the paint off the plastic of the base and off the hard plastic of Ripley, and glued it on with polystyrene cement. So basically, I want to run the blade along. It's touching you can see it touching the base there. I want to run it close, but I also don't want to cut my thumb over here. So what I'm going to do is just use my finger here as a brace against that to not let it travel too far, and just slice across. Really very simple. On this one, I think I used super glue, so I glued each of those corners. And again, just popping them off very carefully. So that's done. And then on the power loader, it has a pin on one of the feet that goes into the hole on the base. So, and I glued it onto the other side there. So just popping it, and you're done. So really quite simple. There you can see there. And you can see that's the original color of the plastic, is the green. So I think all of the character models are in green. So I'm just going to get a bit of glue. Just drop a little bit of because I've got painted, so primed pieces going up against other primed pieces. I'm just gluing. End up gluing the paint to paint. Some people prefer to cover those areas that are going to be joined with like blue tack when they prime it. So they can peel that off and then use plastic glue to glue the two plastic pieces together. I am going to put a little dab of glue down on her ankles here.
Oh, a lot of people are saying fur or how to do different textures.
Yep. Maybe I should do a like a horses one. I don't think I've just done horses.
We've talked about it, but I don't think you've written anything on it.
Yeah, I don't think I have. So maybe that. Oh. Now I'm going to squeeze her into place. Okay, let's cut away to Gretchen while I'm doing this. Just because I might not get the angles right.
As I'm like highlighting very precariously.
There we go.
I think I'm just about done with this guy.
I like the highlights that you added on his tail.
Yeah, I'm trying to
they look
think
good.
about spaceship lighting and if it were coming from above.
Right. It almost looks like fluorescent lighting, which I think makes sense in a...
Isn't that what they had on the spaceship?
Yeah, in the spaceship, yeah.
I feel like they had fluorescent lighting.
It like looks like that, yeah.
So I was trying to do above highlights.
Yeah, no, it looks good.
I keep accidentally like blobbing more paint on than I want. But that's fine. That's good. He's supposed to be shiny. It's good.
Do you want to put him on the spinner? Do you think he's ready?
So I think this will be just about it. And then the other guy is drying right now. This one doesn't look nearly as impressive on screen as the other one does, but this one has so much more detail.
Yeah.
And it's really funny. So like when I pop them over to Dave, he'll be able to see that this one has like 500 different colors of shadows and highlights.
I think that's the one we should put on the spinner.
Yeah. Whereas
Really
this
do.
one is still drying and looks very Green Goblin. Which is really cool, don't get me wrong. It looks awesome. This one just has a lot of good old-fashioned technique
Good old-fashioned highlights.
and effort.
Yeah. I think,
So you can see some of the purple popping through there.
Yep.
I don't know if I like the highlights on the back. I like where they are on the back of the tail. I don't like quite how they're showing up on that texture.
right.
But the ones in front are doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Kind of have that fake
I think it looks cool.
shine appeal.
Very nice.
So, if you're ready, I'll toss them over.
Yeah.
It's like no.
Let's go with
No
that because I'm a little bit worried that I'd
That
grab
you
it like
just
that
smash them
and the tail
like a
will
little
go flick.
fly.
The cam. Cool. Yeah. How's that? How's that?
But yeah, like from this angle right here, that's the photo angle. That's the
golden
good
angle?
one. Yeah, that's the golden angle right there.
Excellent.
Kind of like faces, either perfect on the first go or a blob. Yup.
Look at that. There we go.
I might be able to just like
And around the corner.
hand. Does this count as breaking quarantine? Well, here we're not actually touching. We did
Too
it.
late.
We
Too late.
did it, and we
Too
didn't
late,
touch. We
Leona.
stayed on our sides of the glass.
I'm gonna put my hand in front of the camera. How dare you?
It wasn't on camera. It's all good.
We stayed on our side of the plexiglass.
Yep. Yeah, take that out of the way.
Do-do-do-do-do-do. Battle scene. Kat says, I did find a child's fishing pole to make a plexi elevator for you.
We should try that. Yep. Awesome. That'd be great. You
I
need a
still
sliding
like our
box like
train
Hannibal
idea.
Lecter's.
I like the idea of the train.
Hello, Clarice.
I like the idea of the train that we can just...
Oh,
like
yeah.
yeah.
Just like a little
Like rotating sushi bar.
sushi train. Yep. That would be great. Very cool. Put it in the loader clause. Can I do that? Is that okay?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it should be fine.
What's the best way to put it in the clause? No.
Will it stay? No.
I won't. I won't put it in the loader clause, but I think that looks pretty neat. So, yeah. There we go. I got about halfway done on the other Ripley.
That's pretty
Not
good.
too bad.
I feel like the shifter paints make everything so much easier because you're done.
Yeah.
That.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going to point out as well, in this box, wow, we've got some sort of very
We got a blur going
strange
on.
blur. Oh, there we go. Okay, in this box, there's also, so as well as Ripley and Newt and Ripley and the power loader, there's Bishop, and there's my favorite part, which is half Bishop.
Oh, no. You should have painted Ripley and then half Bishop.
And half Bishop.
You would have been done.
Yeah,
with both
yeah,
of
for
them.
Sure. Exactly. But they are cool. It's one of my...
Oh, we had a good question. What are we painting next week? What are we painting next week?
We're going to paint some... What were the two options?
Well,
were
we
options.
can either paint
It
Mythic America Warriors
that.
That was it.
or
Yeah.
D&D Steamforged Epic Encounters.
Oh.
Epic Encounter.
Quick straw poll. What's it going to be, folks?
Epic Encounter D&D
Pick encounters?
or Mythic America, which hiding just left
Epic
of
Encounters,
Gretchen's
Mythic
head
America.
is
Go,
our
go,
Oh.
go.
Quetzalcoatl
Oh, right, yep.
and also the Wendigo.
Actually, yep. If you look directly at the camera. Yes. One on each side. There we
Those are the
go.
monsters.
It's like having the little angel and the devil on each shoulder.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Except they're both
Instead.
devils.
Uh,
They're both going to tell you to do something terrible.
hmm.
American Gladiators.
Culturally,
Some key
maybe.
suggests. We should do American Gladiators. Excellent. Oh, sorry, Dave. We're
It's
right at
okay.
the end of the
Thanks
show.
for joining, Dave.
Epic D&D.
Close
D&D,
enough. You
Epic
still made it
Encounters,
before the
D&D,
end.
Epic Encounters is nice stuff. Mythic America. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of D&D.
Maybe we'll paint some
We
Epic
might.
Encounters next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Woo!
Dun,
Sorted.
Dun, dun. Sorted.
Done. That was the stamp of approval. That was- or a gavel. I don't know.
You were having a gavel? Like, great. Excellent.
I don't think I'm allowed to have fun thing. I think I would get in trouble from Leona if I had accessories.
Musical instruments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kazoo.
Quite possibly. You and your bard status. One thing I did forget to mention, it's something that's very personal to me, so I need to talk about it just quickly. Burke, Carter Burke from Aliens is played by Paul Reiser. Mm-hmm. And then later he went on to star in the TV show Mad About You. Mm-hmm. I had a roommate at one point who couldn't watch that show because Burke was in it. And he used to call it Mad About Burke.
Oh no.
Because Burke was such a terrible, terrible character that he just
Oh,
didn't. He couldn't watch.
no.
He could no longer watch anything with Paul Reiser in it.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awesome. So that was it. That was goofy stuff. Things you remember.
Sometimes things just media just
That's
finds a
me
place
and
in
that
your
actor.
soul to stay
The
and
actor
ruin
that,
all other TV shows for you.
The actor that plays Lucius Malfoy. That's
Okay.
him.
Yep.
If he's in another movie, I will always think he's evil.
Right.
Usually he is, so.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a
He does play a very good,
very good bad guy.
yeah.
Yep.
It's the face. Some people just have that face.
It is like that. And then when you see them in a movie where they're playing a good guy, like just the whole time you're waiting for them, like when's the other shoe gonna drop? What's gonna happen? When are they gonna pull out the knife and backstab somebody? But yeah, Paul Reiser.
Oh. Single tear for them.
Single tear. Yeah, nice. Okay. Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Sorry. Just quickly.
Oh, there's extra.
I brought the accessories. Sure.
Yeah, now it's a whole
You
diorama.
just show the spinner. It's a whole
Yeah.
diorama on our Elon Musk Tesla spinner. Check it out.
We'll take pictures.
Yeah. All good. Cool. Okay. Awesome.
Well, we've done it.
we have.
We actually finished all the minis we said we were going to finish and did extra. It's a whole scene.
It's awesome.
It's never going to happen again, so please. No, just kidding.
We can try. We can try. But
A whole diorama.
all good.
But
Okay.
yeah. All right. Make sure that you join the Painting Happy Little Minis Facebook page if you haven't, because we like to see all your minis.
We do.
So
see them all.
finish them up, put them on the page so Leona can have them ready for next week.
Yep.
Yep, do it. And next week we will be painting, I guess, D&D.
Yep.
Epic Encounters. The
By
chat
Sim
room has
Forged.
spoken.
Nice.
All right. Well, we'll see you guys next week, and we'll see you at your friendly local game store.
Bye.